Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo, the Dad in DPS, and as you may have gathered, we are back with another The Good, The Scrap, and The Scrip. Now, before we get into the video, let's thank our YouTube members, which are Twice Big Spuds, Goulty, Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers, me, David Smith, Diofane Gaming, Fatheaded Jude, Colin G, Gary McKnight, Chris K, Brian RMC, and Peggy McKnight. Now, I am filming these videos all together today, so some people, if they've become a member after the fact, might get missed out depending on if I have time to change it. If I have time to change it, I will change it, but it all just depends on ifs, ands, and buts. So yeah, if you'd like to be a YouTube member, click the join link down below. It really supports the channel and helps me out in a massive way. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get on with today's weapon. If anybody gives you disrespect, make sure to give them a knuckle sandwich. Now this here is a weapon I've been dying to use and show you guys. It is a Gourmet. Bat's critical hits do 50% extra damage and Bat's critical meter fills 15% faster. Gauntlet. It's a fist weapon. I mean, smashy, smashy. Smashy, smashy. This thing is absolutely amazing. I love it. I've not really used it with the Gourmet effect in effect. So I am really impressed with it prior to that, so I think I'm going to be astounded with it being at full power. Something I would say is the way I'm going to do that is via perfect bubblegum. I think anybody that's going to run a Gourmet build long term is probably going to want to invest in buying a lot of perfect bubblegum. If you think about how many you can get a day, it's 75 per, you can get 400 bullion per day, which means that you can get, well, at the very least 4, but it's probably, I'm not doing the math in my head, it's closer to like 5 or 6. Which means you've got 5 hours of constant smashy smashy. So, let's get into seeing how this does. Alright, so we have our perfect bubblegum in place, and we are ready to smashy smashy. As you can see, most things are exploding in 1 or 2 hits to this gun in general. Fist weapon. We do need to keep an eye on our health because I am on a bloody build, but overall, everything's dying quite quick. Anything melee is obviously doing less damage to me, and then we've got all our kind of usual damage mitigation perks, so I'm normally capable of just running in and wailing on them really hard, which is always good. As you can see, nothing's really standing a chance against this weapon. It is absolutely wrecking any enemy that comes up against me, and these aren't low level super mutants, they're high level ones, so you see, even with the crits, it's just absolute slaughter. So yeah, good weapon, very good weapon. Let's see the build. So today's build, it's just your standard kind of melee build. You've got Iron Fist for extra damage, Martial Artist for swing speed, Incisor for armor penetration, usual kind of things for damage mitigation and weight, Glow Sight in case I can't come up against any glowing enemies, Radical for the extra 5 strength, Tenderizer for the extra damage, we've got Makeshift Warrior to stop my things breaking, Adrenaline for the extra damage, we've got Through Hiker on at the moment, but realistically I can swap that out for like Gun Fu, but at the moment my weight is a wee bit dodgy, so I'm leaving it on. You've got Action Boy for that extra punchy power for longer. Critical Savvy and better criticals can be on here. It can also be swapped out for things like Bloody Mess and Ricochet depending on which enemies I'm coming up against. If I've got a load of gun based enemies, I will put Ricochet on instead of one of them. Then you've got Starch Genes, Class Freak, Serendipity and Grim Reaper Sprint just for that extra chance of getting that stuff back. But realistically I can swap them out for different things. So yeah, overall it's based on getting crits. So we are going to see how Jeff does against this weapon. Now, ideally I want to get to him and punch the crap out of him before he gets a chance to do much. As you can see, he's a big pain in the bum for melee in general, because he can block my hits with his big ass fist. And that's the biggest problem with fighting a creature like Jeff with a melee weapon. But as you can see, I don't really struggle to kill him either. And overall the damage is quite significant. It's just he can block the damage is the biggest problem, like most super mutants, especially since he is a melee super mutant. But he died quite quick still. So yeah, great. Alright, so the Queen is a target that I honestly don't recommend you go up against with melee. She kicks my arse every bloody time. She's got way too much damage up close, and you generally don't want to fight her in a fist fight. On top of that, she has her stupid poison crap, and as you can see, even with like everything I can do to reduce this damage, she just completely destroys me. So do not use this weapon up close against the Queen. It's definitely not worth it. And I fight the bloody Scorch Beast Queen with these bloody things, so yeah, it says a lot about her damage. So the real question comes down to how well does this do in daily ops? Now, most melee weapons you are going to find you need to get the jump on the enemies. If you don't, you've got a good chance of getting your butt whooped. But if you get the jump on them, more often than not, they don't stand a chance because you stagger them. Unless they're melee as well. That tends not to be a real issue. You see, I'm doing quite well. Here, smash. Just launch yourself at them and smash. That is the essence of melee and decryption, is run at them as hard as you can and hit them as hard as you can. Alrighty, last target. Now, this one I expect is going to absolutely obliterate me, but we can at least try and see what we can do to it, if we get to it in time, because everybody else seems to be there already. And yeah, decent amount of damage. Either way, definitely very good at daily ops. Smashes them good. So that's today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel any further. Don't forget to hit that join link down below to become a YouTube member. But yeah, this weapon is fun. It's definitely fun to use. I really enjoy fist weapons in general, but the only thing it's not going to kill is a Mirelurk Queen. Between the poison damage and everything, I just don't think melees have a great time against that particular enemy, but that is what it is. So, with that, we'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.